So I've had some folks ask me, Stretch, why don't you show us more, you know, like real world welding projects, customer jobs, that sort of thing? And I said, I will see what I can do. Now, a lot of things I can't really film because, you know, a lot of what I do is mobile work, especially on construction sites. Can't really film there. Customers probably wouldn't want me to film there. And then at least, I won't say the majority, but a very decent chunk of the projects that come through my shop, they're prototype work. They're things that I don't really want to say top secret, but a lot of the prints say right on them confidential. Some of my customers don't even know what they're building. They just know it's a component for some type of machine. However, today, I had a smaller job from one of my regular customers come in. It is this intake manifold off of something or other. I have no idea, but I'm sure some of you guys will recognize this. I know it sounds bad, and I know it's not the attitude to have, but I really just don't even care what it's off of. It's from Machine Shop. They're probably doing something to it. This is going to be fairly easy because this is extremely clean. Like, I don't know if this has been, you know, acid washed or pressure washed or whatever, but this is one of the great things about doing work with local machine shops. They are meticulously clean. In fact, sometimes when people come over to pick things up, in my shop, which I think is like in the upper 50 percentile of cleanliness for your average welding shop, they're still like, but the upside to that is they don't bring me stuff caked in grease and just general nastiness. So yeah, it looks like someone has tried to weld this at some point or started to and maybe had some issues or whatever. So we just have to weld in this little threaded portion and also this threaded portion down in here. A few things to keep in mind. Anytime you have any doubts at all whether you should weld something, don't and find out, because if I welded this and it needed to be removable for whatever reason, that'd be really, really bad. All right, let's get rid of this old zip tie here. Got to do it this way. Anything to avoid taking 10 seconds to go get a pair of side cutters. Now, normally I'd wash this down with some acetone. However, as we can see, this entire intake has been meticulously cleaned somehow or another. So I'll just take my stainless steel wire brush and use that to break up any oxides which might be on the surface of this. However, I'm not seeing much. Now, one more thing I'll point out, it's very important on any type of customer project or anything for yourself, if you really want the best result possible, especially if this is something you haven't done in a while, like I don't do aluminum every day, to make a test run on a piece of scrap metal first. So that's what we're gonna do. It's gonna let me warm up a tiny bit. It's also gonna let me confirm settings on the machine. And if there's any problems, it's on a piece of scrap metal, so who cares, as opposed to on the customer project, which would be a big mess we have to clean up. Way too much cleaning action. That's all right, you can fix it. There we go, second time's the charm. Now again, the reason why we practice on a piece of scrap metal to test out our settings first is so we don't have to clean that off the customer project. Check it out, we got this on here. Minimal contamination with these two, just a tiny bit of peppering here and there. And what I did up in here, I just hit this random spot and just a bunch of stuff came out of the metal. So what I did is I made another pass over that. You can see we have a little bit of peppering and you know, the like here and there, but it's cast aluminum, which to be honest is never really a guaranteed thing. But it seems like this was really clean on the surface, which helped a lot. And like I said, a little bit of stuff did come out of the surface once we started welding. Yeah, some type of bung for something or other, and same with that. So yeah, there you go, just a quick little down and dirty cast aluminum job. Some of these things, you know, you get them cleaned up and they weld just like factory fresh aluminum. Others, like I said, you hit some contamination. It's sort of the lottery, if you will. You know, what you get is what you get, but we got it done. And there's your random customer project. Another day, another dollar. Like I said, not the cleanest aluminum welds I've ever produced in my life, unfortunately, but you know what? It's cast aluminum, so what's in there is what's in there. Some people won't weld the stuff at all for that reason, but I've always been able to get the job done. So, all right, yeah, thanks for watching.